Hello, welcome back to the Powered by 8 Racing YouTube channel. Today I'm going after the pedal box and the steering column. I'm going to take off everything that I don't need, which of course is all the sensors. I'm going to take the pedals off. Anything that I don't need I'm going to take off basically. Then I'll trace a line so I know where I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to get to cutting. After I get that done, then the next objective is going to be the steering column. I'm going to disassemble it, get it cleaned up, and then I'll prep both of these for paint. So I'm going to get after it.
Powered by Ocho.
Alright, so start with these good old 7. And then we will go to a, it's like 13s. That'll get me my clutch pedal off. And then, that's loud. Wow, that's heavy. Alright. So then we need a 15. Oh, that's a 13. Of course, there's going to be one on the back side there. Let me go get another wrench. That's pretty slick. Man, a lot of weight. I can see how stripping cars down saves a lot of weight, because when you start getting into these little tiny components like this, like every stinking ounce, you know what I mean, is going to be weight saved. Alright, so let's get these off. That looks like 10s. Then I'm gonna probably have to get some pliers for this, for those sensors there, because they're just clipped in. You can't untwist them, and I tried to do the clips already with, they're pretty stiff. The other nice thing about this though is you get all these nice hardware. I think that there's some Mustang parts on my Corvette now from old hardware that I had laying around, and just get what you can get to use, and that's what you do. Alright. So, all that's done. Alright, so now I gotta look at this. So this is gonna sit in the car. I'm gonna use these. So I think I can cut here. So all this can come off. So we know that. Pretty sure I can cut this. Because this is where it bolts to the car. I wonder if I just leave, maybe I'll do this for now. I'll leave this. I'll get rid of this stuff. I'll cut here. So I'm thinking I might as well make like a T. I use these 4 bolt holes. So then for this side, it's going to be somewhere along here. I'm going to cut this out, and then so I can see on the back side where it used to sit flat against the bar. So we'll just do that, and then we'll come up here. We'll cut this here. Which would be pretty much like that. Which would be somewhere on the back side here will get cut. Which is just bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Don't need any of that stuff. This doesn't need to be here, so we know that's gone. Which means that this is the cut line here. We'll just make a couple cuts just to make sure we're not cutting enough off, or too much off. So that's going to be all gone. Then probably cut this off here. Cut it at an angle. Probably cut it straight down here. And then that'll be right there. That off. So the line will be somewhere in here. Okay. I don't need these ears. So I'll try to get in here. We don't need this, so we can cut this off. So we can cut this, cut that. I think pretty much like this is what we can do. All right. I'm gonna get that off. I'm thinking I was going to cut this whole back section off, but what I'm thinking of doing now is I might leave this here. This is where the old brake booster would sit, and I think what I'm going to do is leave this here, and then that way when I put my plate to cover this hole, you know, I'll seal it up, and I'll just put this on there, and then I'll just I think that'll add some support, so that I'm not just holding it from the bar like this. I now have some support to the firewall to help carry some of this load. Now, I mean, I think it's going to be okay without it, but I think just adding that will just help it out some. So all right, I'm going to get cutting. I'm going to try a couple different saws. I'm going to try a body saw on this. I don't know if that'll work very well. And if it doesn't, then it's going to just be a grinder. That's not fun to watch, so I will come back when that's done. All right, so got it trimmed down. You see, got everything cut off that I don't need anymore. This is where the back of the steering column mounts to. I could have grinded this down about another little bit, but I couldn't really get the saw on there. And then by the time I was done, I just didn't care much about it. I left this a little bit more wide just to give this support up here. This is going to attach to the old brake booster. Like I said, we'll seal that hole. And then the sides, I cut the extra columns off of both sides here. Now that I see how strong this is, I probably could have just cut these ears off too. But not so worried about it. And if anything, it's just going to help stabilize it. I don't know. And then I cut those back ears off. So that's pretty much the steering column holder box thing. I'll clean it up, and I'm going to paint these a satin black. I don't want this to be, since this is more forward of the windshield bar, I didn't want this to reflect white or silver or anything in my face, and generally black doesn't reflect as much. So I figured I'd paint this satin black, and we'll be good to go. From here, I'm going to start working on the steering column and breaking the steering column down. So let me bring that over. And because we don't need a lot of this, I mean, this is pretty heavy right now. I don't know if we're going to get it much lighter than it is because a lot of the bulk is just in the, in whatever this assembly is. But we're going to try to get all of the electronics off of it that we don't need anymore and see what we got there. So let's see what kind of damage we can do. Got a torque bit there, got a torque bit here. It might be pretty much all that's holding this on. I guess I don't need the clock spring anymore. So it's a T25. Guess an extension would have been better. Alright. Oh, there we go. There's one piece. So that can come off. I'm going to probably take my hub off just so I can get that off. It's just going to bug me. Now that I look at this more, this is a clip. So I might need a screwdriver, but it looks like I can just push this in here. Yeah, all right, so that one's free. All right, so I gotta cut these zip ties off. Then I'll probably just leave that there, whatever. You know what? Got these for a reason, so let's use it. What I'm going to do is mark it. You won't be able to see the mark, but I will, so. All right, so I don't remember how I did the stock one. I think that it's a 2-bolt. Anyways, because this has been on and off before, I was able just to get it off with just your regular clamp and an impact. Pulled it off, and so now I should be able to take this clock ring off. Looks like there's a snap ring in there. You take that snap ring off, and then I'll just press this right back on. So when you're doing projects like this and you've never been inside that component, sometimes you just got to do what your gut tells you to do. Sometimes you're right, and sometimes you're spending a lot more money to fix it. And someone's saying, oh, you need that, don't get rid of it. And I say, oops, well, it's already gone, what's that mean? And yeah, we do use those outer pieces. So that's how it sits in the car. Actually, it sits like this, and that's where this back piece here, that's why you need these. And because it's a pretty heavy piece is why I left the brake booster part. I didn't want it just hanging by these off of the column, and then that'll go up against that crossbar. This will go to the brake booster, old brake booster area, and that'll be the new steering column. Still has a tilt, that's fine. Sometimes if I don't take the steering wheel off, I can just lift this up and I can get out of the car. So I don't mind having the tilt. I'd rather not have the weight that this thing has, but you know, we slimmed it down as much as I felt comfortable with slimming it down. Alright, so a couple days has passed since I was able to get back to the steering column and the mount for that. And so I've got it all painted up, I've got it stripped down. So as you can see here, I got this cut down as much as I can. Got it stripped down, painted so it's not all rusty color. And then you can see where I've cut this up on all the spots that I had said I was going to cut it up on. And this is all the stuff I cut off of it. And so what I was going to do was just throw it on the scale and see if we can't see if we saved any weight or not. So scale's zeroed out. Now my scale kind of stinks because it locks itself, so I have to put everything on at the same time or it locks itself early and you can't add stuff to it. Oh, I guess I could put everything on and then take it off, but here we go. Alright, let's try it again. Let me just keep adding weight. I'll put this on here. This is like opposite of Jenga. There we go. Come on. One piece. There we go. And this piece weighed in at 1 more ounce. So got a little bit closer to that solid 2 pounds. Here, we'll throw a nut on there. I didn't even register. Oh, I can't. Anyways, so that's what we got. We've got ourselves 2 pounds weight savings. I guess I could have weighed the steering column because we saved weight there also. But I didn't weigh it before I took it apart, so I don't know what it weighed beforehand. But that'll close out this one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And again, we're still going to do our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you're viewing this video and we have less than 1,000 subscribers, then be sure you subscribe and try to get your friends to also. And comment, because that's how the giveaway will be conducted for the GoPro. And if there's over 1,000 subscribers when you see this video, we'll do another giveaway another time. Alright then, we'll talk to you guys later, and until next time.
Powered by the old show.